Reilly Smith is a new addition to my trade targets board out today on dailyfaceoff.com. And I'm curious, like with Pittsburgh being in a spot that they, as Kyle Dubas acknowledged, clearly need to get younger. Smith hasn't been a great fit there.
Yeah.
Does he make sense to go back to Vegas with Pittsburgh retaining half?
Well,
You could keep, if you're Vegas, you can keep Smith for next year
at half the cost. Oh my God.
At $2.5 million.
Yeah, 100% they would, I think.
I bet he'd love to go back there.
I don't see why I wouldn't, right?
I don't think he really wanted to leave to begin with, but
and I guess it comes down to the Penguins' appetite of, you know, what are you getting in return to retain $2.5 million for a full season, right? That's going to be the question. So,
but if you're Vegas, would you? So you have someone on the market that fits, right?
Mm-hmm.
Probably on his own. So it was a salary cap dump at the time, and the Penguins took on the full Reilly Smith $5 million a year for 2 years, and Vegas got a third for him.
Yeah.
On his own, Smith is probably worth a second at full boat. But if you're retaining half, if you're Vegas, would you trade a first for him? A guy that already fits. Because you get the extra year.
You get the extra year. You're a team that, you know, like they don't probably care about their first rounder right now. They think they're in their window to repeat for sure. Like I could see it, Frank. Like when I always use the Barclay Goodrow as the example.
That's such a bad example because everyone uses it every year.
No, but no, I use an example, not that, but I'm just saying a team, if they firmly believe they're close and they feel like, okay, we're really missing Reilly Smith. Like Tampa had a distinct thing. They'd been a very good team for a long time. And they felt clearly, because look, it wasn't just Goodrow. They went out, they got Maroon. They got lots of different guys who brought sandpaper, right? Which is what they didn't have. So Goodrow's maybe the one final piece of it. But it illustrates that if you're in your window to win and you get 2 years out of a guy, now obviously they won 2 cups, so that's the utopian scenario. Not saying it's realistic for everyone, but I can understand if a team and Reilly Smith, is he going to be a more productive player? Probably, right?
He should be. I mean, look, this is a 50+ point player last year.
Yeah.
And then
so that's
in
my
the
point.
playoffs was a horse.
Yeah.
Did he just wake up this year and forget how to play?
No. So yeah, I think for sure there's lots of reasons why, like if he's a $2.5 million player and your cap hit next year, I think he's likely going to give you better value than what you're paying.
Well, and if you're Pittsburgh, you're probably not. You've missed the playoffs 2 years in a row. You don't have a first round pick this year. You can get additional ones if you trade Gensel. If you're Vegas, he's the nice check down. You don't have to worry. That's what I'm saying. You don't have to think, oh, will he work out with us? Will he not? You already know he does.
But don't you think if it's Reilly Smith at $2.5 million, Frank, I think there'd be more than Vegas interested. I think there'd be quite a few other teams.
Probably, but if you're Vegas, we're like, I don't know. I can't think of a better scenario for them. I think you do whatever it takes to get it done. Make sure that he ends up with you. And if you're Pittsburgh, you're probably not counting every last dollar after missing the playoffs 2 years in a row. You're probably thinking, we've got to retain.
Oh, yeah. I wonder, how many guys they're looking at moving. Do you think there's any sort of market at all for Jeff Carter?
No.
No.
I mean, when you say any sort of market at all, Nick Bonino got traded for a 5th round pick last year.
Mm-hmm. He's a UFA, Frank. Somebody could just sign him for nothing if they wanted.
Jeff Carter also has the full no move. He doesn't have to go anywhere.
No, he doesn't have to. He's won cups, but I could see potentially if you're thinking it's your last hurrah, right?
He's really slowed down.
Oh, I know. But
there's guys. Again, like I thought Nick Bonino last year was way out of it. And, he obviously was waived this year by the Rangers and he's currently a free agent. And, maybe someone signs him right now for depth, but I thought Nick Bonino was out of gas last year and the Penguins still traded a fifth for him.
Yeah.
To get him back.
Yeah. And, he'd been there. So it's kind of what we know. We understand the personality, which I think is sometimes overlooked for teams. You got to be confident in what you're bringing into your room. So I just I was kind of curious about Bonino.
And 7th and a 5th, by the way.
Yeah. Well, if you're always looking for depth and it costs you nothing, maybe a team takes a flyer on Bonino. Right?
Or on Carter, you mean?
Well, Bonino for sure, because he's free. Carter, even at half, is still 1.56 or 1.65 or something like that. So,
yeah,
a little bit different. He might be at the end of the day a team that who knows, Frank? If they teams, what they always value the experienced, grizzled veteran.
Yeah, he's been a healthy scratch this year.
Yeah,
and I think they respect him immensely. He's someone that to me is, he's had an unbelievable career, but at 39, I think he's run out of gas.
Yeah. And there's a lot of tread on the tires, shall we say.
So. 133 career playoff games, 47 goals, 84 points.
Oh yeah. It's not a bad playoff player at all.
2014, when the Kings won the cup, he had 25 points in 26 games.
Oh yeah. No, he was a huge part of that cup.
Pretty good.
What's up, hockey fans? If you enjoyed that video, then you need to be hitting the subscribe button right here at Daily Faceoff. Exclusive interviews and analysis from our hockey insider Frank Seravalli, fantasy updates from Brock Sagan, and a daily live show at noon Eastern, Monday through Friday. You don't want to miss any of the fantastic content, so hit that subscribe button.